Huh. You know, I just realized I always thought that was mud, but I don't think that's mud. Ugh. Hello, beautiful dragon people. It's me, your pal Vero. So today I'm going to be starting, hopefully, what will be a new series where I'm going to watch and review the Dragon Prince episodes, kind of like almost in real time. At least I'm going to record them that way, and I'll edit them down so I'm not like showing the whole episode or anything like that. But yeah. So actually, you know, it's kind of weird trying to like watch and react to something that I've already seen dozens of times, but it has been a while since I've watched Season 1. I tend to skip Season 1 on my rewatches. I tend to start right at Season 2. And so I'm curious to see if I'll notice anything different, maybe. Or maybe just it'll just be me kind of like going through it. So hey, let's get into it. Ah, yes. The beginning. God, I get chills every time I get this part. And then Erebos' voice comes in. You know, it makes me really wonder about, like, the evolutionary benefits of having 3 eyes on the side of your head. Like, I don't know. Typically things don't evolve that way. But hey, maybe they're special. They also don't seem to have any irises, so these are very different eyes biologically than I think things that have evolved in our world, for sure. Pretty, though. God, I remember when I saw this character for the first time, this dragon in all of his glory, and I was like, wow! What a beautiful dragon. Now every time I see it, I'm just like, oh great, this guy. The 7th source. Ah yes. Pay close attention to that staff, boys and girls and my non-binary friends, because that is the same staff thing that Viren uses. You can kind of see it. There's better shots of it, but you can kind of see, like, it has that little, like, flippy, like silver looking piece on the front. Within magical creatures themselves. Also, I have a theory that this like magical dark tornado thing might be Erebos' master plan. He is to conjure some kind of like ultimate version of this thing and basically destroy all of his enemies at once, like all the magical creatures, all the elves, dragons, everybody who imprisoned him. He's going to cast this spell, but like a bigger version of it, and potentially destroy and wipe out just, like, everyone. What in the world? What do I just... What is this? What do I have on my shirt? What is this? I have stuff. You see... What? Okay. That was weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, spaz out on you guys. I just saw it in my reflection. I was like, what is all that stuff? Yeah, there it is. See that right there? Pay attention, guys, because we're going to come back to that. He seems so bad in the beginning of the show, but, like, you know, when we get more context, we're kind of like, you know, he's just trying to stop 𝐀𝐧𝐝 from, like, you know, murdering all the people of that city, which seems a bit extreme. Like, I don't know. Like, if he really wants to stop dark magic, there's lesser versions of ways he could accomplish his goals. For example, I've got a few. How about this? How about, if you guys don't stop practicing dark magic, I'm going to banish you guys! The ones who do dark magic to the end of the continent, but the ones who don't and choose to renounce it can stay. There you go. You still get rid of the dark magic people, you isolate them away from the magical creatures, but you don't have to oh, I don't know if I can say, can I say the G word on YouTube? It's, you guys know the one I mean. Murder a bunch of people. The dragons. Oh wait, no, and I had a second one. How about this? How about you send in, like, assassins? Like, if you're serious about killing these people, if the crimes of you know, poaching some butterflies and stuff is really as heinous as 𝐀𝐧𝐝 is talking about, and he really wants to get the humans back, maybe just kill them you know, I don't know. 𝐁𝐴 as a king, he's just incredibly unjust to just, like, take the actions of some of the humans and then just, by and large, be like, they all have to be destroyed. You know, actually, there's actually a lot of parallels, now that I think about it, between, like, Viren's philosophy and 𝐁𝐴, where they kind of just, you know, just broad strokes generalize just both of their own kinds all together. So, hadn't really thought about that, but there might be something there. Maybe I'll make like a intellectual film essay kind of thing. The parallels of Viren and 𝐁𝐴 or something. I don't know. It's probably better for like a Joshua Fagan video. Ah, there's his hands. The pretty sparkly hands. God. God, I get chills every time I see this part. Man, wow. There's just such majesty and like power inside of 𝐼𝐴𝐳. Like, oh my. He's just a really, really cool dragon.
Defended the border.
Also, I'm really curious about when this takes place. Like this scene right here where we see him here. I actually read a really great fan theory. I don't remember where it was. It might have been on Reddit or something, where that this is actually a misdirect, and that is actually Ozymandias all grown up, and that this is the end of the series when where all the people have to fight. So it seems that this is the formation of the breach, like, because you can kind of see the lines of lava there, and you can see on the edge of the frame, you can see what looks like to be like the elves and stuff like that. But it's a very interesting choice to focus on only the human soldiers, I think. If you kind of look in deeper, it looks like a lot of these people don't have weapons, so maybe this isn't as much of an army as I thought it was. Like, it's very interesting. So yeah, and I guess is this where 𝐁𝐴, is this where 𝐼𝐴𝐳 made the breach? I hadn't really thought about that, but it actually makes a lot of sense because he's standing on top of that volcano. So did he like break that volcano open where he's standing, and you can kind of see it, and then it poured down into like a crevice or a crevasse, however you say that. I wonder, I hadn't really thought about that. This is fun. Also, that smoke kind of looks like a skull, so that's kind of neat. Ah, yes. And then we get our Skywing elf, who has the cool, like, gray and white wings. I really like that design. We get our first look at all the different ones, but no star elves here. Which is curious, if you ask me, because we saw one earlier who I believe has been confirmed to be Erebos, but not here. So that makes me wonder if Erebos was opposed to this course of action.
Now the world stands on...
Oh hey, that's Amaya! Isn't that Amaya there on the bottom right of the screen? I never realized that was her. You're watching this with like a critical eye instead of like just like sitting back passively watching. I'm actually noticing a lot of stuff in this intro. This is really fun. I really like this. Ah, yes. The Dragon Prince. Book 1 Moon. Echoes of Thunder. That's Bait. He's the fan favorite character.
Take that, marshmallow monster!
Take that, marshmallow monster. Why have we not gotten that on a t-shirt? Like, put that on a t-shirt. I'd buy that. Like, take that, like, drawing of, like, the burning marshmallow man, and then just take that, marshmallow monster. That could work. I'd buy that. You know, that's probably not, like, a copyrighted phrase or anything, so if I didn't use that image, I could just make that shirt for myself. We will see. I might make that shirt for myself. I might want to have that on a shirt. I love dumb stuff like that.
I wasn't scared. Bait was scared.
Don't lie. Ah, yes. And then we get to meet the other best character, Marcos, everybody's favorite character. Or is it Marco? Marco or Marcos? I don't remember. She's just like Naruto jumping from tree to tree. Fantastic. Huh. You know what I just realized about this scene is that there's a scene just like this in season 2 where her and Soren also end up in like a mud pit having like a throwdown. Interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Looks into his eyes. Oh, saw fear in his eyes. Rayla. He's just like, okay, not clear on exactly what's happening here, but I'm not going to question it, and I'm going to make a run for it. Then we get a little bit of music. I believe this is the track Because She's Rayla, which is a wonderful song. Then at long last, we get introduced to the main character. So in the establishing shot, the first time we see Viren, we see, I think, a lot of stuff that's important. We see, of course, we see the mirror. That's not really going to come into prominence until next season. And we see that staff I was talking about earlier. We can see it right there. It's got the purple gem and everything, right? So, makes me wonder if all three of these people, you know, him, staff, and the mirror are all going to be really important objects, you know. He's important, the mirror's important, but is his staff going to turn out to be important? We'll find out.
Lightning, please! It's urgent! Lord Viren, I've seen something. Lord Viren, King Harrow hasn't risen yet.
There's so much, God, the writing is so good. Like we get so much about who Viren is as a character so quick without any dialogue. We find out that he's curious. We see him cover the mirror, which indicates that he's secretive. We also see that by Marcos running to him and not the king, that he's a figure of authority. And then we also see that he has a propensity to break the rules. They tell him Harrow hasn't risen yet, doesn't pay them any mind, just breaks right through the doors, doesn't care, doesn't follow rules, procedures. We get so much about his character in so short amount of time that it's just it's really good. I really appreciate, you know, that kind of writing. It's very true. We learned so much about him before he's even said a line.
We believe they're moon shadow elves.
Moon shadow elves? Then how did the scout escape?
I don't know. It was muddy, wet, dark. Somehow he got very lucky.
The Crown Guard won't be enough to hold them off.
I found that part really curious, you know, because it means that Marcos, you know, he didn't tell the whole story. If Viren doesn't know that he was like, well, man, I was trapped, I was caught, dead to rights, blades around my neck, and then this Moonshine Elf, she let me go. He didn't tell him that, apparently, which makes me wonder, you know, what was his motivation there? Was it he didn't want to admit that he'd been bested? Was it like a pride thing, or was it like I don't know? I think it's curious. I think there's a lot you could do with the character Marcos that would be really interesting. I would love to see, you know, they're doing all these graphic novels. I would love to see a Marcos like graphic novel, or maybe like you could do like a compilation book where maybe it's only, you know, 3 pages per character, and they just tell little mini stories about each one, and have him in there, have him, Apelli, Corvus, you know, all the side characters, just, you know, give them a little context, you know, to their actions. Who are they? Where did they come from? You know, I know the show's got enough stuff that they're probably going to be too busy to add it into the show, but I would love to see like secondary materials and stuff like that, books, novels, and stuff about these side characters. I think it would be pretty cool.
What's tonight's moon?
Full.
Of course it is.
With the Moonshadow Elves at the height of their power, no defense will stand against them.
Then we won't defend. We will attack. We must find them today, in the light of the sun, and stop them before it's too late.
I like how Pip just has to give his input. He's just like, you know, I'm hearing all this, I'm hearing all these plans, finding them today, and I would just like to add, tweet, tweet, tweet.
Well done, Rayla.
Yeah. I used both of them?
I can see that.
Oh, I love their dynamic. We get so few scenes with them where they're like on the same page, you know? Like I would love to see like more of their behind the scenes. I guess we're gonna get that in Blood Moon Huntress, so that'll be fun to read about, like more of their like how they are just together, like their dynamic, like parent daughter type thing. She really wants to impress him, and I think that's adorable. There we go, the real star of the show right here, the baker. He has a name. I know he has a name, but to me, he'll just always be the baker. You know, he's the baker in my heart.
Or your little monster bait.
You know, I really want the baker to grow a beard, and then he'll look more like his voice actor, Jason Simpson. You know, like let's give this guy a beard. You know, like hashtag a beard for the baker. He's innocent. You can tell by his eyes. Ah, yes, the scene where we get to finally meet Sorbear.
Art. Finally, something I'm good at.
He is not impressed. It makes me wonder, because you know he's often very goofy with his father. So, does he act sterner because that's just how he thinks like authority figures act? You know, he's like, no comedy for now. But even though we see him later on, he does make jokes and stuff. So it makes me wonder, you know, is he just trying to be like his dad because that is adorable, if that is true.
What?
There we go. That's Claudia. She's best girl. And then, of course, you know, Love Amongst the Dragons. You know, one of the more well-known pieces of trivia is that's the name of a play from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You're no fun.
Is this new?
Relatively new. It's only been there for 300 years.
Yeah, he's got that motivation.
I was trying to sweep the leg.
That's not a thing in sword fighting.
So I think the final stage of Soren's like character arc is a moment where he sweeps somebody's leg. Like, if any of the writers of the show are watching this, come on, make that happen. That's his final moment, is he sweeps the leg of somebody he's fighting. Like, then his character, it's integral to his character arc, okay? He's gotta sweep the leg. It's set up in episode 1. And he's been proven wrong a couple of times. They've done it already, but now he has to do it at some point. Like... Boys!
Look.
Has anybody made a video where they're adding subtitles to, like, Bates groans? Has anybody made one of those yet? Surely somebody's done that. I might have to do that if nobody else has done that.
We have visitors from Zadia. Unwanted visitors.
What are they, minstrels or something?
Assassins.
I know. What do you think? I'm an idiot?
Oh, roasted!
These assassins are Moonshadow Elves. They draw power from the moon. Inside this box is an Archangel Lunaris.
I could listen to Jason Simpson just like explain things like all day. Like, he's just got such a cool like voice to like explain things. It's just like, this is a moth, and just follow the moth. But he says it's so cool. It's great.
But I'm sure it's similar. Think fast.
It's pretty good that he was able to block it, though. He did a pretty good job. He blocked it. Huh. Huh. You know, I just realized I always thought that was mud, but I don't think that's mud. Ugh.
We bind our lives to justice.
My breath for freedom.
My eyes for truth.
My strength for honor. My blood for justice.
My heart for 𝐁𝐴.
What's interesting about this though is that you know, like all the Moonshadow elves have like a more of a Scottish accent, but Runan has like more of a traditional like English accent. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's alluding to anything, because it's the Skywing elves who have been shown to have the British accents, so, or English accents. So it makes me wonder, like, was he raised by them? Did he spend a lot of time with him? Is there an in-universe explanation for why his accent is different, or is this just something that they just did before they had fully set up the whole Skywing elf, like who's gonna have what accent? And it didn't really matter when they were putting it together. I wonder. What's the thought?
Runan,
What is it, Rayla?
I was wondering, what if they know we're coming?
We have the advantage of surprise.
Was that the first time we heard her name? Was that the first time we heard her name? I'm wondering. I think it might be. Huh. Look at him. He looks so happy. He's so proud of her. That's adorable. Oh, that's gonna end soon. Do you think Bait is just like he's using like excessive amounts of profanity? Like that's like my that's what I'm going with. Did you guys ever hear like that's what R2-D2 I think is canonically, at least George Lucas I think said that he uses a lot of really foul language and it's just translated. We just don't understand it. Do you think that's the same with Bait? He's just like swearing like a sailor. If we had subtitles, we would be appalled, and this would lose its kids show status.
Surprising no one, a magic moth is just as worthless as a regular moth.
What a great line. I wonder how long this spell lasts for, the Mystica Arbora spell.
You lied to me. You let him go.
Runan, I'm sorry. The human, he looked up at me and I saw the fear in his eyes.
Of course he was afraid, but you had a job to do.
Killed us all.
Surprise Pikachu face. Alrighty. Alrighty guys, well that was episode 1. Wow. I've been recording for almost an hour now, so we'll see if I can get somewhat of a useful video out of editing this. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll probably put, like, over here to the side, like, more links, so you can check those out if you want. I'll probably continue doing this show if you guys seem to like this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. That's not what I say, that's the Markiplier thing. I was about to do the whole bye-bye thing anyway.